What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with the NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Friday, February 24th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman, only place you're going to get any updates to my sims as we get closer to lock. And please go sign up at BetMGM. This deal is fantastic. If you're in a legal betting state, you can get 1 free month of Stokastic Plus Platinum and up to $1,000 in first bet insurance as long as you click the link in the description and deposit at least $10. Now, we're going to round out the bottom of my top 10 with Jaden McDaniels, Paul George, DeJounte Murray, Josh Okogie, and Jabari Smith on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, we've got slow-mo Kyle Anderson, small forward, power forward eligible, 5,100, projected for 30.5. The goal's 33.5, and he's in the optimal lineup 19% of the time. For slow-mo, we saw him get 30-plus minutes in his most recent game, and I expect that to continue as he's in the starting lineup. That's just sort of his role. So 30 minutes, a fantasy point per minute, 14% usage, great matchup against Charlotte. They stink. Great pace-up spot. They play fast. Here's what I like about Kyle Anderson. He's just consistent across the board. He fills every statistical category. 11 points, just under 7 boards, just over 4 assists, more than 2 stocks. He's checking off every box. So when it goes big, it doesn't take a lot for Anderson. Like, he does a little bit more in every one of these categories, and all of a sudden he's got 40 fantasy points and he has blown that $5,100 salary out of the water. Today feels like one of those days because that's what happens when you face the Hornets. Next up at number 4, we've got Jordan Poole, point guard, shooting guard eligible, priced down to 8,300. Yesterday's price was not today's price, I guess. Projected for 46. The goal is 49.5. Optimal lineup 19% of the time. We know exactly what we're getting out of Jordan Poole now. 1, he gets a tasty matchup against the Houston Rockets, who are just garbage across the board. 34 minutes for Poole. 1.27 fantasy. No, sorry, 1.37. I can't even add. 1.37 fantasy points per minute in this spot. No Steph, no Andrew Wiggins. 35% usage for Poole. 30 real points, 5 assists, almost 4 boards, and a stock. The scoring is going to be there, and since it's the Houston Rockets, it's not as if they're going to slow him down. They are 10-point favorites here. If they win, when they win, feeling confident in my boy Jordan Poole here. When they win, I think Jordan Poole's going to have a lot to do with it because his scoring is going to be pretty easy for today. That's because, I don't think I mentioned it enough, the Rockets aren't very good. Even though I just crapped all over the Houston Rockets, number 3 is Alperen Sengun, center eligible, 7,500, projected for 44.5. The goal's 45.5. He's in the optimal lineup 21% of the time. No Jalen Green, no Kevin Porter Jr. Eric Gordon plays in Los Angeles now. 33 minutes for Sengun, increased rates across the board, great pace spot against the Warriors. 1.35 fantasy points per minute, 21 points on 25% usage and 11 boards. It's a pretty clean double-double. 4.5 assists and over 2 stocks. I love the price tag for Sengun. I love the role. He's got no competition for him whatsoever. As long as he's not in foul trouble, he's a driving force for the Rockets. And if this game stays competitive, he just has to have a big role in it. Next up at number 2, my preferred pay-up option of the day, Anthony Edwards, shooting guard, small forward eligible. So you get guard, forward, and utility, 9,100, projected for 53. The goal is 53. He's in the optimal lineup 28% of the time. You don't find spots better than this. 1, this is a guy that was like 10,500 2 or 3 weeks ago. Now he's 9,100 and absolutely nothing has changed. They're 7-point favorites against the Hornets. The Hornets are awful. They gain 3 possessions over their average. That is multiple additional fantasy points for Anthony Edwards. 1.47 fantasy points per minute is where I have him for today. 31 points on 33% usage in 36 minutes, 7 boards, 4.5 assists, and 2.5 stocks. Just get him. He's going to end up in 90% of my lineups tonight. I know it. I already ran it. I see it coming. Join me on the Anthony Edwards experience for today because this is the best time to get on that ride. Before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments what you like, and then sign up at BetMGM. $10 deposit, link in the description. Free month of Stokastic Plus Platinum, and up to $1,000 in first bet insurance. My number one contender for today, at least for right now, is Josh Christopher. Shooting guard, small forward, eligible, 3,300. Projected for 25. The goal's 24.5. He's in the optimal lineup 32% of the time. I'm trying to be pessimistic here. I gave him 24 minutes, but he's live to start and be a full-on lock button option. We just don't know what the Rockets are going to do yet, but they're going to need him to play a bit. 24 minutes, a fantasy point per minute, 14 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, a stock and a half, pace-up spot against Golden State. There's just so many bodies missing for the Rockets, and Josh Christopher is one of the bodies that they tend to like to play, particularly at that position. So you get great flexibility. You're barely paying up. Makes getting to Anthony Edwards a lot easier. Josh Christopher, best value play on the slate, number one contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Friday, February 24th. FanDuel version's around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We are back again Monday morning for another edition of the Contenders.